Hey guys, hope everybody out there is doing well today. So I was thinking about this idea of freedom, and I know I have literally created a life along with my husband that is very, very free. And by free, I mean like a physical kind of freedom. We have we are working our way towards total financial independence. We have financial freedom right now. My husband is retired from the military, and so we've been able to keep our finances in a sort of we've been able to keep our finances under control. So we reduce our spending and minimize the things that we purchase and our monthly expenses. And by doing that, we're able to live a modest way, but in a very free way that we are not obligated to go to a 9-to-5 job. And that has been incredible for ensuring that we're able to be there for our daughter and to serve as a point of happiness in our lives so we can connect with each other on a day-to-day basis and not be in what I think we could all agree is the rat race of rushing out the door in the morning and, getting to your job, work, work, work for the dollar so that you can go home and afford the luxuries of life. And that is a dream that we were all sold. And I feel like many of us would agree that it's not really working out the way that we thought it would when we were kids. So anyway, all that aside, so we have this idea of freedom, and it's wonderful because today we went to our daughter's school, and they had like an event at school, and Ava got to participate. We were both there. We were both able to be there for her. And then we went out to lunch. We enjoyed a nice lunch. We don't go out to eat very often. Usually we're eating at home. And for more reasons than just for financial, it's also for health reasons as well, because we like to make a lot of our own food. Occasionally we'll go out to eat, maybe once a week, once every couple weeks, to just enjoy. So we went and enjoyed a Mexican restaurant today. I love me a margarita, I will not lie. In fact, I think I brought the rest of that home. I should go get that. It's in the freezer. All right, I'll be drinking that later. But when we got home, after a half a margarita, I couldn't even drink the whole thing. It was huge. That's why it's in the freezer right now. But we get home and I'm like, honey, I'm a little tired. I kind of want to take a nap. It's like 2 o'clock on a Friday afternoon, and I was like, let's go. So took a nap. My daughter enjoyed watching some cartoons while him and I both, we just went to sleep. And that is literally the most beautiful thing. Like, just to be able to take a nap on an afternoon. And I remember a time in my life where, when I was working, and I would have died for that experience, and now I have it, and it's really, really, really wonderful. So that's the freedom that I'm talking about. But that's not why I wanted to create this video. I can go on and on about financial freedom, and I could talk about that if anybody's ever interested. How to get there takes a lot of work, a lot of patience, and we're still working towards the independence that comes along with it. So like upping our game, with investments. But again, all that is besides the point. What I wanted to talk about in this video is not necessarily this idea of physical freedom or financial freedom that we can do what we want. It's more about this mindful freedom from ourselves, and freedom from this paradigm that we trap ourselves into up here. And this just occurred to me like a week ago. So yes, I was able to take a nap in an afternoon. That's wonderful. But allowing myself to do that and not feeling like I was supposed to be doing something else, that I was being lazy. Now, my husband comes from a different culture. He's like Hispanic, or I don't know if it's just his Hispanic culture or if it's just him, but he's like, you want to take a nap in the afternoon, you go right ahead. But I come from like a different kind of mentality where an afternoon nap means that you're lazy and you're not doing anything with your life, and you need to be doing something. You need to be productive, do this, do that. And that is all conditioning. It's all a kind of conditioning that happens in our minds that basically says, it tells us who we should be, how we should act, so that we will fit into the society that we live in. There's this idea of a mental kind of freedom, the freedom from yourself, the freedom that you allow yourself to have, where instead of constantly striving for something and trying to go after I have this picture. I'm a very picture oriented, or mental picture oriented person, or visual person. So I'm thinking of like a carrot. Like if somebody's holding a carrot out in front of you and you're constantly trying to grab it, and as you're moving towards it, it's always moving away. And so like you're never going to get it. So, but for some reason in our minds, we think, oh, just a little bit more. If I push a little bit more, then I'll be happy. Then I'll achieve. The more I achieve, then I will be good enough. And if I'm good enough, then I can have people's love. I think that's what it comes down to. But at the end of the day, none of that is real. Like that's all this construct that we create in our own heads, because right now, each of us are good enough just as we are. So just as I am sitting here on this blanket in this yard filled with pollen, by the way, I'm like, I feel it. It's like in my eyes. Georgia is crazy with the pollen, y'all. I'm not even going to lie. I'm from Virginia. Georgia's worse. I don't care what people in Virginia say. Georgia is worse. This pollen is out of control. The freedom that I give myself to just be me as I am, it's like I'm coming to learn who I am for the first time without the need to be something other than just the essence of myself. Like, I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I am an educator, I am I work for this, I work for that. This is my job. This is my job here. I'm a military spouse. I'm a daughter. I'm an achiever. I, play softball, or I play sports, or I do this, or I do that. I'm a filmmaker. I make movies. Here's the movies I made. Is this enough? Is this enough for me to be good enough? At what point? How much money do I have to make to be good enough? Is it enough for me to make this much, or do I have to, there's always more. And if you talk to people at the top, they will always tell you, like, they achieve a certain level of success because they feel like, oh, this is what I need. This is what I think that if I do all this, that I'll be enough. And then they walk around their mansions and they look around and they go, why do I still feel like shit? Why do I still feel empty inside, despite the fact that I have all of these things? And, even with financial freedom, even with the ability to live in a country where I can say the things I want to say and I can do the things I want to do because I live in a free country. But will you let yourself say and do those things? Will you detach yourself from the prison of your mind so that you can just be who you are without the constant striving or the need to be? And I'm talking about doing things, so like you feel like you have to do something. But sometimes, what am I trying to say? Sometimes we don't allow ourselves, we won't even try. Sometimes we won't even try to do something because we're afraid of failure, for example. The fear of failure is just another construct that is in our mind to imprison us. So the prison that we create in our mind, it has to do with fear, not being good enough, not being worthy enough. And so we paint all these pictures of what we think it should be in our head. And then all the while, none of that even matters. None of it matters. The sun will rise and the sun will set. One day, you will die and go into the ground, or whatever you believe. Maybe your soul will leave your body and you'll have a conversation with God. And you'll say, why didn't I do the things that I thought I should do? Why was I so afraid to allow myself to just be who I am and just be good enough in the moment? Like, I have been on a journey of spirituality for the past year. It's not religion, it's spirituality. And on that note, I actually have looked at various religions because I like the essence of them. I like the essence of these religions to take out and extract the pieces that resonate with my heart. And I'm talking about listening to like what's happening in here. And that's really, I think, what spirituality is. It's connecting with this. And when you connect with this, you are speaking to the essence of yourself. This is always talking, this is always communicating, but this won't shut up enough for us to even hear what it has to say. So, when you're listening to the essence of your heart and it's telling you it's okay to just be, it's okay to be good enough, just as you are right now. And the more that you lean into that love of yourself, the freer that you will become. Even if you still have to go to your 9 to 5 job, even if you're still tied to the credit card debt or you're not able to travel like you want, you can be free up here. I love you. I hope that you have a wonderful day. I hope this has inspired you in some way. I wish you all the best. Stay free in here and in here. Love you.